Hey everybody. All right, we are getting going here. 4 o'clock Pacific time. Welcome on. Welcome on. I'm gonna finish my energy drink here and get fired up. All right, we're just jumping on. As you guys are jumping on here, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So as you can tell, it's just me today. But that's okay. You guys get the one and only Charles Rudibaugh for the next, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes or so. We're going to have some powerful information, but we're going to jump right into it and we're going to get right through it. And my better half, who normally accompanies me right to the side, she's not here today. She's not feeling well. So we don't want to say that C word, but we're all thinking it, right? That C word. Hey, Wanda, how you doing? So anyway, the other night she was really having trouble breathing. So at 2 a.m. we went to the hospital, to the ER, and they gave her like a steroid for breathing. And anyway, so they tested her for coronavirus. We'll see. I think we get the result back tomorrow. And I may have already had it. I don't know, because I guess I was sick like last weekend, but I didn't. It wasn't too big of a deal. I kind of felt like I had a head cold, and I had my throat hurt for a couple days, and then I had some congestion, and I just thought like I had a cold. It was like, this can't be what people are dying from, so this must not be coronavirus, right? So I didn't think much of it. But then Maral got sick, and now her mom's sick too, and my daughter had a fever for a few days. So I'm thinking maybe everybody got it. We don't know, but so she got tested, obviously, if she has it, and so we'll all go get tested. But anyways, if I had it, I'm through it. So anyways, hopefully she's doing better. You guys send her your love. And hey, she's waving. Hi, babe. So she's waving at all you guys. I know she wishes she could be here. And so we're gonna jump right into this though. And I'm gonna handle business today. And we're gonna talk about some things. If you're jumping on, send Maral some love. And this is episode 9. So we've got some exciting things to tell you about. So enough of that stuff that's not fun to talk about. The C word and all that. So, but we're gonna get right into it. And here's our big question of the day: are you sick of hearing people talking about this, abundance mindset, but not really knowing how to really like apply it to your business? Just like think positive, think positive. What does that mean? We're not talking about positivity mindset today. We're talking about abundance mindset and attitude, and really how to implement that in your business, because we're sick of it too. Hearing people talking about abundance mindset, but not really giving, actionable steps and real, concrete ways to really apply it. And it's so important. It's so powerful. My first mentor, it was like, I feel like that was the thing he did best. There's so many things that I don't want to duplicate from him. But powerful, attitude of abundance that just seems like it manifests this incredible, so many good things that can come out of it. So in fact, and we'll tell you, because we know for a fact that sitting under a pyramid and rubbing crystals together, isn't going to work. It's not enough. Like, you can't just like be positive and rub crystals together. Like, that's not good enough. You need strategies, right? And Dr. Yes and I, we've even tried it once. We went to Sedona. Like, we live in Arizona, so we're like, hey, best place to sleep under a pyramid and rub crystals together for abundance is Sedona, right? So into the vortexes and stuff. So we're like, let's go try it. And I'll tell you, we felt really restful, but at the end of the day, we felt no more resultful. We were like, felt the same. Business was the same, rubbing crystals together. And my wife likes crystals and crystal jewelry and stuff, but no matter amount of jewelry she wore, it was not making our production go up. But you know what did? The strategies we're going to talk about here today. And so we're going to give you 3 stories real quick to illustrate what we're talking about, and how it directly impacts your business. And then we're going to cover 3 quick key lessons that you can pull out of it on abundance as it relates to your network marketing business. And we're also going to cover 3 actionable steps you can take to put this abundance mindset philosophy and strategy into your business, to grow your business, and think ahead, and to be able to have the foresight to think down the road. Because a lot of us get caught up in the daily, like, I just got to try to sign someone up, just trying to get somebody, just trying to get a customer, and we lose track of where we're going and setting ourselves up for the big business that we're going to be building ahead. And you want to be going on the right track, in the right direction long term as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you're just jumping on, it's just me today. And Merle's laughing because she loves to go to Sedona, but it's not for the abundance. It's just for the rest. We realize that we're not going there it's not going to make us rich going on vacation up there anymore, right? It's just for the relaxation. That's what we get out of it. So anyway, so if you're just jumping on, let us know. Maybe, hey, type something in. What do you like to do for rest and relaxation? Even if it's not, going to help you become super productive, it's good to relax, but that necessarily won't create the production, right? So, we got a Facebook user. Go ahead and click the link and get yourself up onto the StreamYard so we can know who you are, because I'm saying hello, but I'm not sure what your name is, but that's okay. Love to connect with so many people joining the group. This may be your first time you're with us live, but let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, story number one. Okay, so we're going to tell 3 stories, 3 different companies. 2 of them we were in, my wife and I both. One of them we know about, but we were never in the company. So company number 1. So the owner's philosophy, right, was really coming from a place of lack. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but was really coming from a place of lack, and it really came from the owner's upbringing, or where they grew up in this inner city of a major city that was kind of deteriorating economically. And so they grew up really like in this mindset of lack, not really knowing where their next meal was coming from, right? Not knowing where their next paycheck was coming from. And so ironically, they created a company with a compensation plan that didn't have much residual income in it till way later on in the game. And ultimately was like, you didn't know where your next commission was coming from. You didn't have any consistent income till you were like way high up. So it was always like, it's a company my wife and I were in, where it was always like you're just hoping to make money. You don't even know what kind of money you're going to make next month. You're just like, eat what you kill. You're just producing to make money. So a highly productive a philosophy that was embedded into the compensation plan, because of course it would. The owners create the comp plan that reflects their values, and they wanted to create a work ethic comp plan. Well, they did. So anyways, but this mindset creeps into it like bleeds down. It like spills over into the people, into the reps, into the philosophy and the culture. And it causes uplines, right, to become really frugal. You don't know like how much you're going to make next month. You don't have any idea. It could just be nothing, go from big to small. You just don't have there's no consistency. You don't even know. And, you have this like attitude. Actually, I learned from my upline this crazy philosophy. He was like, don't spend money unless you have a downline there to watch. And I like this crazy attitude of like basically this philosophy of like, don't go buy things unless you can use what you're buying to look like you have lifestyle, to get your downline inspired, that you're like shopping, like buying things and stuff. But the reality is it's not even real. You're like being frugal and you're worried about spending money. You can't just go shopping. You have to try to leverage it somehow, to try to use it to build your business. And only if it's going to be like a business building expenditure, like experience that help motivate a downline, then you'd spend money on something lifestyle. It was this weird thing, but because everyone's holding, kind of this frugality attitude. Anyway, it's crazy. So don't spend money unless your downline's watching, like this culture of, and it created kind of like a fakeness to where it's not like we're all uplines being so abundant, even though we're being successful, but we're actually like worried, not being, optimistic and abundant mentality. We're being very like close off mentality, and it breeds this lack mindset that took me years to really get out of. And you're like holding on to your money with clenched fists because you don't know where the next money's coming from and how much, and you're afraid to invest, into anything, financial investments for sure, but investments into your future, investments into your health, investments into your skills and mentorship or whatever. Of course, like any investment, you're just afraid to put out because you're not sure when how much is going to come back. And so this attitude that come from the owners in mindset in abundance versus lack, it really creeps down, and you can end up doing well in this company, but still like afraid of a drought coming. And you never feel, no matter how much money you're making, I feel like you're successful because you're worried. It's like, so it was really an interesting experience. Spent enough years there. And that's one experience. If you've ever had an experience like that, you can definitely chime in. So Wanda says, spend money. She spends money buying products for samples. That's a great way to invest into your business and we're going to talk about that. And another Facebook user saying struggling with that. Yeah, that attitude mindset, right? And so many of us grow up with that mindset of lack and instead of abundance, and it's something we have to battle, and it's a personal kind of a demon that we have to battle. But I'm going to talk about company number 2 because it was the exact opposite. They'll swing the pendulum the other way. I had this totally a different experience. My wife was with Dr. Yes was with me, and this company, the owners had a totally different philosophy and attitude that they brought to the table. And the owners were so generous, overly generous, and abundant to a degree that actually created a counterproductive culture. And I'm going to talk about it because it's like a double-edged sword, and it can be the same, the poison, you know what I mean? So, but the owners believed in reinvesting, into the company, the profits back into the company. And I'll give you an example, how their abundance mindset. They didn't even take a paycheck, right? The owners were already independently wealthy, didn't take a paycheck. They put all the money back into the company. The compensation plan was super lucrative. When we got started, it was paying this super high percentage of money. Later on, it scaled back, but it was crazy. And they didn't take paychecks. They actually poured their money into different things like events, like these events. I mean, it was crazy the productions that they put on. I remember this one time we got these like little things though, like a journal where like, I'm bringing notepads, but I come and they got this like leather bound journal they give us and stuff, like just little things, but they put money and they poured into these events, and they poured money into the company, and their philosophy, we modeled their philosophy too. You start to model the philosophy of the owners. Right. And so we modeled their philosophy, and with this switch, and it was such a relief, it was such a relief coming into this company and being like, wow, like cool, like money flows easily, and this is great, and we don't have to worry, and money's going to come next month too. And it was awesome. And I mean, I remember one time we invested our own $10,000 of our own money just to hold a mastermind event for our own team. And they're spending company on company events. We spend money on our own team events, and we put like 10 grand that we spent on limos and renting a mansion and going outings and stuff, and flew our leaders in. A lot of them couldn't pay for it. We flew them in, and we had this incredible event, and we're pouring money into our teams and stuff because we know it's going to grow it. And we took on this abundance mindset, and so in this company, it actually, like I said, it could become a double-edged sword, because uplines, actually, we weren't the only ones. It was the owners that trickled down to everybody, that abundance philosophy. But it became so generous to the point where uplines were actually donating money to buy volume for their downlines to create promotions. And we're not talking like, hey, a few $100s to buy a product to hit a big promotion. We're talking like tens of thousands of dollars in like products purchased to create these promotions that people were like 30% of their promotion. Like they were nowhere near like $30,000 to buy this promotion, like fake. And then they'd go promote this person around on stage and parade them around like their leader for us to follow, but they never even did the job, and they couldn't maintain it after that. And so it became this toxic thing. So it wasn't good on that level, this over generosity without limits, right? Without bounds, without a check and a balance. And, but when you have this abundance philosophy, everyone's chipping in and everyone was helping, and it kind of felt good at the time, but then it over time, it deteriorated the culture because there was a lack of integrity coming down from the top. But with a culture of abundance and generosity, right? Because of abundance, more gets done, right? People were getting promoted, all kinds of things were happening, and lives get touched, and it's a lot more fun, right? You feel like you're winning. The challenge can be if you feel like you're winning more than you really are winning, because what happened in this culture was, right? People were like started to overspend on lifestyle, buying more than they could really afford, cars they couldn't make payments on, and showing off, lifestyle on social media that wasn't really authentic and wasn't really real, starting to make bad financial decisions and overextending themselves to try to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, to act like they were doing better than they were. And, people started to, I saw it all around me. Leaders were chasing production. They had a little bit of people doing a little bit of work in one city. They fly there and try to help them and end up spending all their money that they make just flying all around the country trying to help their teams. no real philosophy on how to create, to help the teams, set goals and earn. So, but this fake it till you make it, chasing production, inauthentic image, things started to twist the culture and trying to look successful instead of be successful, and hitting fank ranks and all this stuff started to deteriorate things. But it would have been awesome if there was just integrity embedded into it, right? So that was company number 2. I don't know if you've ever been a part of a philosophy. Shelly saying, she can relate to being earned versus a gifted rank. Yeah, like, hey, we get, sometimes spillovers and things, and that's awesome, and that's a normal thing in network marketing. But when you're, spending $30,000 in other people's money to get yourself to a rank that you're nowhere near hitting and shouldn't parade around acting like you've earned, better to earn it and have it authentic, and you really earned it, you own it, and you're going to hit it every month if your comp plan needs you to hit it every month, right? Just a different thing. So anyway, that was company number 2, a massive abundance philosophy coming down from the owners. Everyone was giving. Everyone was like, let's go, let's go. Hey, more is coming next month. This is going to grow. It's going to be awesome. It was a totally breath of fresh air. Now, company number 3, which we were not a part of, but we evaluated, and this is a totally separate, third company story. The owner's philosophy here was like, save your money and don't be flashy, and, like created this, like, don't spend money philosophy. And they knew about this other previous company. They were really reacting to that, saying, hey, we don't want a culture of people being flashy. We don't want a culture of people overspending and getting into financial trouble, overextending themselves. We want people to make healthy financial decisions. So their like intention was right, but it was way overboard. And the biggest problem they had, it was crazy. They were vehemently opposed to showing lifestyle, like buy a nice something, whatever, show on Facebook. They were like super opposed to anything, right? And basically the kind of stuff was going on in this company number 2. And the biggest problem that this company was experiencing, here's how it manifested as a problem in their company, that they didn't even understand why it was happening, but the people didn't want to go to the events, right? The reps and the team didn't, in the company, they had super low attendance. They were like, hey, we've got all these people and their company's growing, but no one's going to the events. It's like a big problem. And we were like, my wife and I were like shaking our heads, like, well, it seemed obvious to us. Like the people in the team, the company, the distributors didn't value showing lifestyle, traveling to show lifestyle. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't want to spend money, even thinking of it as like, hey, look, I can go travel to this event and show, hey, network marketing's awesome. I get to travel and make friends. And like, that's a good use of money, not just traveling to spend money, but traveling to go to a company event. That's like the best thing you can do, right? You combine like learning and skills with showing lifestyle. It's like it's a double, benefit. And, you're creating duplication, the right duplication. You want your team to come to the event. But the people valued saving their money, a few $100, like valued saving their money more than going to the event, and it could change their life, see the big vision and get the training and meet the people and see the vision of the company, right? So if you value a dollar more than the experience, like that's not good either, right? So there's like a balance there, right? So 3 different companies, 3 different situations when it comes to abundance or lack philosophy coming down from the owners, right? And here's my question for you guys. Which story relates most to your situation? If you want to type that in there, maybe you're in a company that relates to one of those types of situations, or maybe in a team that has this overwhelming culture of one of these types of situations. So, and if you do, that's okay, right? But that's a question. So maybe type it in the chat box there. We're going to jump right into the meat and potatoes here. But type it in the chat box, or maybe just note it to yourself if you don't want to say it. But we're going to jump right into it. Here's lesson number 1 that we can learn. The owner's philosophy trickles down, right? The owner's philosophy trickles down, right? See, the owners, like their lack or abundance mindset trickles down and directly impacts your business in several ways. Number 1, into you or don't pour into you, right? You pour into yourself by investing in yourself, and you may not be willing to do that if you're like, oh my gosh, like I I got to hold on to my money, got to, every dollar, or you pour into others in your downline, or you maybe don't because you're like, hey, like, sink or swim, like I'll keep my dollar instead of believe in someone, right? And so you can be deliberate to create the culture that you want in your group, but this stuff is going to trickle down from the ownership. So you have to have an understanding, right, that this is happening and know that it's happening to be able to deliberately create any type of a culture that might not be, if you got like a lack culture going on all around you, you got to create an abundance culture, right? And you got to know that it's going on in order to counteract it with a deliberate culture. So here's a couple questions. So what environment have your company and your owners created around you, right? A lack environment, right? Culture, or an abundance culture, right? Do you have a frugal or an investment mindset towards yourself, towards your business? Wanda already mentioned she invests in her business and buys samples, and that's a great thing. You know what I mean? I remember pouring into my business, buying the samples, we'll talk about it here in a minute, but like marketing materials and stuff to use for marketing. So what attitude do you have towards your business? It can make all the difference, right? It can make all the difference. And so treating it like a real business. But here's lesson number 2. Everyone will naturally duplicate their leaders, right? Monkey see, monkey do business. We follow our leaders. And so if they're holding back and they're frugal and they're afraid to buy samples, like you're going to be afraid to buy samples. If they're afraid to pay for coaching and mentorship and they're just winging it, you know what I mean? You're going to be like, I can figure this out on my own too, right? So it's all how it happens. We duplicate our leaders, and the leaders are duplicating the owners. But you become a leader, and who do you look up to now? You're looking up to leaders in your upline, but you're also looking you're looking to the owners, and they're teaching you their philosophy. So who are you becoming like? Like, who are you modeling in your business? Who are you modeling yourself after? That's a big lesson, right? And then lesson number 3, the story that company number 3 taught us, right? Not to step over dollars to pick up dimes, right? Not to value a few $100 over the training that could change our life, right? Right. We don't want to be so short-sighted and short-term thinking that we're like, this couple $100 is going to change my life, instead of missing the company event. Then none of my team goes to the event either, right? You go to the event, your team goes to the event, everyone's lives get changed, right? And because, hey, look, we're going to all have our lives changed. We're going to come home. We're going to make more money. We're going to go, and this is going to make us money, right? Not cost me a couple $100. It's going to make me money. So, but here it's a culture of pouring into your business, right? With and pouring into your business development skills, right? That's going to keep your fuel tank filled up, right? You're not going to like run out and run empty and run dry wondering what to do next if you're constantly pouring into yourself, constantly pouring into your business. And if you pour into yourself, you're going to be able to pour yourself first, right? You grow yourself and everything grows around you, right? And so what can you do to reinvest in yourself? What can you do to build yourself up, right? Your level of self will determine everything all around you, right? The leadership, it's like everything rises and falls on leadership, and you raise the leader, you raise everything around, right? So what can you do to reinvest into yourself and your business? So there's 3 types of pouring, right? 3 types of pouring as we kind of get into this and wrap it up at the same time. 3 actions that you can actually take. Number 1, investing into yourself, right? Your business itself. We want to mention it, buying samples, right? Going to the events, buying sample products, your marketing tools. I remember I used to be on a subscription, my first company, for like 9 years. I was a subscription for marketing materials. Nowadays, you could have mostly like links online. You could send a video or something, but we had to like buy DVDs, you know what I mean? But I bought them, and I went out and promoted, and I got them out there, right? So, but investing in your business, that's key. Number 1. Number 2, investing into yourself, directly yourself, with network marketing coaching, specific network marketing coaching, right? Mentorship in your business, right? Isn't it worth it to take someone out that's ahead of you in the business for lunch, and you're like, hey, I'll buy. You know what I mean? That's an investment into yourself. You could learn something by someone who's down the road ahead of you, right? And what you've been doing, and education for your business skills, right? And so pouring into yourself, pouring into your business, investing in your business, investing in yourself, and last, investing into your downlines, right? Investing into your downlines, right? And we say hand ups, not handouts, right? So like, I wouldn't pay for someone to join, but I might meet them halfway there, right? I wouldn't pay for someone to come to the event who doesn't value it, right? But I might meet them, give them, spot them $100 or whatever, like help them figure out their hotel room or whatever, like hand ups, not handouts, right? And so, there's a couple examples of like pouring into your team, believing in people, saying, you know what, this is going to change their life. And if it could change their life, and then they win, I win, we all win together, network marketing. So pouring into people in your downline. So if you're like, hey, Charles, look, I'm pretty new at this, or, hey, I'm not where I want to be. I don't even have a team to pour into. I don't even have a downline to invest into. I'll buy them books. Like I'll do whatever it takes, but I don't have people for that. Just start with 1 and 2, right? Invest in your business and invest in yourself, right? That's okay. And then eventually you will have a downline that you can invest into, right? I've had uplines invest into me. And so we turn around and we pour that into people. And that's what we love to do. That's what Dr. S and we love to do, is invest into people. And so your people are your biggest asset, right? And you are your own number one biggest asset, right? And so you invest into your business and you invest into yourself and you grow your skills, your MLM skills. But you're like, Charles, I don't have the money to invest into my business skills. Maybe you're there where you're like, I'm just barely trying to keep my auto ship on. You know what I mean? Let's be real, right? Where a lot of us get into a position in network marketing pretty quickly where it's like, I'm just deciding whether I even want to stay active for another month. I want to keep my auto ship on, like talking about investing into myself. Well, that's exactly when you need it. That's when you need it most, to invest into yourself, into your mindset and your skills. And that's when you're going to do the most growth, right? And so, see, here's the thing. Here's a couple questions you can ask. It's like, what ways can you become more resourceful to find that money, to be able to invest into yourself, invest into your business? Maybe your business isn't growing yet because you haven't put the money out to get the samples. You've been nickel and diming it, or you haven't, gone out there to find someone that can teach you and train you. You know what I mean? Show you how to do network marketing properly. How can you utilize your current resources in different ways so that it frees up resources that you can allocate towards your own, the personal, business skills development, right? See, oftentimes we leave ourselves last, right? Who's with me? Right? Hello. Yep. April's like, hello. I don't know if she's just saying hi or she's saying hello, but it's like, hello. You know what I mean? Right. But so true, Meral. It's like dollar more than education and experience. It's like we tend to put ourselves last, and we end up, not end up investing into ourselves. We leave ourselves off the list, right? It's so easy to put everything else first, right? And we got our bills to pay. We got pay my auto ship, got to stay active, right? Whatever that is. And maybe you have a company like that. Maybe you don't. It's not like that in some companies, but in a lot of people, that's like typical network marketing. And it's like, there's no money at the end of the day to like pay for a mentorship coaching course or something, you know what I mean? To go to a seminar or something. So, but it's so easy to put everything else first and not ever get around to investing in ourselves. And we always end up putting other things in front of the one thing that will guarantee us more success inevitably and forever, which is growing ourselves, pouring in, investing into our own business skills and development, right? So if you're watching this, I congratulate you because you're already doing it. And this is a way you can do it for free, is by jumping on here, being with us, being involved in the group, number one, but being active in the group, checking out what's going on when we're going live, when there's trainings. You can always capture something. We're going to talk at a high level. We're going to have leadership conversations. You guys are all leaders, and you're going to come back. You're going to build your team. You're going to be the leader of your team. So, we're going to have high level conversations, and you're going to get great stuff here. And you're elevating your industry knowledge in what network marketing is like and how it works and what it's all about just by plugging in here. So you're already like way ahead of the people who won't at least even plug in, right? And so give yourself a pat on the back, right? Because there's so many other people that could have been on the live, but they're not, right? And so you're someone who wants more, right? And if you want to dig deeper, if you want to go over some stuff more, I just want you to know that we have strategy sessions that are available, and all you got to do is ask. You know what I mean? We're here for you. We want this to work for you. We want your business to work for you. We don't want you to get spun out of network marketing like so many good people with good, honest, values and dreams that don't end up getting funded by network marketing because they gave up too soon. And there's no reason for it. I mean, I was talking to one young lady just this week, and she was like, I'm not sure if I really want to continue. And it's like, and I'm like, is this your first company? And she's like, yeah, it's your first company. And it's like, oh my goodness. Like, hey, look, like, imagine you went to a restaurant, right? And they never brought out the food. The first time you ever went to a restaurant, you've never been to a restaurant, you go to a restaurant, you're an adult, but some reason you've never been to a restaurant. You go to a restaurant, first experience, you order food, you're all excited, you're optimistic about what's to come, and they never bring out the food. And you're just waiting. And the dream, the vision's not fulfilled, and you're not going to wait forever. You're going to end up leaving, and you have a decision to make. Do you try out another restaurant, or do you give up on restaurants forever? Well, I'll tell you that your experience at that restaurant, maybe they didn't deliver, but maybe it wasn't the right restaurant for you. There's other restaurants that will deliver, and you just can't give up too soon, right? Most of us don't make a careful evaluation of a company and its owners and their uplines and everything before we get involved. We just jump into a company because our friend was in it or something, right? And so there's so many things that we can help with. If you want help with us, for helping you ramp things up in your business, helping you understand what your sticking point is, whatnot, we want to be there for you, and we care about you. That's why we created this group. That's why we're doing this series. That's why we're doing these trainings on live like this, because we want your business to work for you. We want to meet you where you're at and help you explode. And if you plant the seeds by investing into yourself, your business is going to grow. That's the bottom line. It happened for me. I got into network marketing, and people didn't want to listen to me, and most people didn't even really like me much. I'll be honest, I didn't really love myself too much at the time. Like, self-love was very low. No respect from the people, my immediate peers. But network marketing, I stuck with it, and I poured into myself, and I read the books, and I had mentorship like we're offering to you. And I poured, and I grew, and I grew, and I grew my business skills to where you can start getting consistent results, like manufacture your results. You can decide the kind of results you want to get, to where you can actually write your own paycheck. You can write your own check. You can print money in network marketing when you have the skills. So every time you invest into yourself, your money turns into more money. And we want that to be for you guys. So think of yourself first, put your business first. I'm not saying think of yourself first like in a weird way. I'm saying that you matter to your business. And it's not just getting lucky. It's not just throwing spaghetti on the wall. It's not just hoping someone good joins your business. You can be in control of this, and you can ramp things up, and you can go next level, and you deserve it. And we want to be there for you. We want your business to explode. And we want you to deserve. We know you deserve, but we want you to experience all of the benefits that network marketing really has as soon as you're even up a few levels and you start making consistent money that starts to really become life-changing. And so many people are experiencing it, and so many people like you guys are right on the cusp or already experiencing it, helping other people experiencing it. Maybe you're somebody that's offering this to people, and your team already is helping people. Helping people is the name of the game in network marketing. It's make money, have fun, and help people. That's the 3 things we do in network marketing. So we're going to see you guys soon. We're going to see you guys next time on Tuesday with our Give to Get show. And we're going to see you with a brand new featured citizen. We can't wait to see you there. Hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. Hopefully you're loving it like we love giving to you guys. And we love being here for you guys. We can't wait to feature the next citizen and their product on Tuesday. And we're going to see you guys all real soon. Bye.